almost at 150 miles on this truck. Crazy thing is, today I did about almost like an hour, 30 minutes drive to pick something up, and I average about 18 miles per gallon, which is pretty good. And this truck, man, like one thing I gotta say, this truck been holding up very, very good. Haven't had any kind of major issue with it. In today's video, I'm gonna be telling you guys exactly what it really, like, there's nothing special, but this is exactly everything I do. My maintenance routine on how I'm able to keep my truck running strong, no lights on the dash. It's not no secret, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Ain't nothing hard that you need to do, but pretty much simple. But we're gonna be talking about that today in this video. Happy Saturday, welcome back to the channel. And I've been driving today for about at least a couple hours. I haven't been home yet, but I'm on my way home. Just got done with the gym. But so if you got one of these trucks, this is what I want to tell you guys, man. Like, because I always see a lot of the reason why I'm making a video on this, I always see somebody like comment or say something bad about the Ram 1500, saying that they not really that reliable. And to tell you guys the truth, man, I own a Ram 1500. I ain't gonna sit here and lie, make it seem like you do have issue, but it's not to the point where people make it seem like maintenance on these trucks is gonna, like, it's something that happen often. And the truth is, like, maintenance on these trucks really don't happen that often if you're doing all the right things that you need to do. And when I mean all the right things that you need to do, your basic maintenance routine that you should be doing, if you're really just doing your regular oil change, everything else, you're really not gonna have any kind of issue. I know 147,000 miles is not really that much, but it's over 100,000 miles. That's like the time where most of the time, if you got any kind of used vehicle or something like that, most of the time you really gonna, if it's a vehicle that been like somebody else owned in the past and they never take good care of it, trust me, you buy it, you're definitely gonna be paying a price for it. And I just want to say, being a Ram 1500 owner, especially a 4th generation Ram, I know a lot of people talk about these trucks like the 4th generation. They tell you it's one of the ones that you don't want to have, blah blah blah. But I drive this truck every day. I don't beat on my truck. I just do my simple regular maintenance, which I've been saying over and over. It's just to do a regular oil change every, I think it's every 4,000 miles or something like that. But a regular oil change, and just run your full synthetic oil, and really just, like, you have your owner book. If you got your owner book, you really don't, like I say, you really don't have like the knowledge to know what do you need to fix or what's gonna be going bad. You look in the owner book, just like pretty much it should be able to tell you every miles you hit, I think every what 10,000 miles or something like that. But I'm really, since I own this truck for about a year, I think today is like the most I ever drove with it. And since I did the V6 E-fin swap on this truck, everything been running very smooth. Haven't had any kind of issue. But all I can say is this truck proved to me that it's a very, very reliable truck, and I can definitely count on it. Even though guys thinks that, like, this one thing though people don't understand that I always try to say is, when you get any kind of car, just because that car have like a name where people talk bad about it, or truck, whatever, people talk bad about it, like, I can understand if you bought something brand new and then you having back-to-back issue, like, because any cars and trucks at the end of the day, it's a machine that's made to do one thing for you to drive it. So it's not like stuff's not gonna stuff not gonna break every now and then, but that's normal. But if you having like back-to-back issue, then I can understand. But people make it seem like these trucks are so like not really that reliable. And I'll be real though, I'm not a Ford guy when it comes to the truck. The Mustangs, I like the Mustangs, but the trucks, I think Ford, to be honest, in my personal opinion, I think Ford is like garbage. I never owned a Ford truck before, but I know for them having a lot of issue. I know somebody who had Ford before in the past. It was breaking down on him a lot. He had a lot of issue. But then, like I said, it really comes down to if you bought your car used, whoever was the previous owner, that's what it really comes down to on what was they doing as far as maintenance. Like a car, you gotta like these trucks is really like the 570 Hemi in these trucks are like super reliable if you really just doing what you got to do with them and don't really beat on them. And like your regular maintenance, that's all it takes. There's no secret, there's no special thing you got to do, but that's pretty much all I do with this truck. She has 147,000 miles on there. But the key, if you really want your truck, your Ram 1500 to see probably 250 or even more, just simply do regular maintenance. Oil change is like the number one thing I'll say. Even though it's like it's not really like a big maintenance, but it's really one of the things that these 570 Hemi engine depend on, especially if you're trying to do like putting cheap oil in your truck. Doing like the regular basic oil is what really could lead to major issue for you later on down the line. So if you're doing that, I recommend you switch over to full synthetic and you'll be cool. That's all, man. That's pretty much, it's not no rocket science. Like I said, these trucks is pretty solid. It's my third one, so, but that's just me yapping off today about my truck being the best. It's like not, but that's gonna be about it, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.